Right, Taurus, I filmed your reading and I was uploading it to TikTok and I deleted it before I'd watched it on TikTok, and it ended up being 2 uploads of the Aries read. And I'd already deleted it off my phone and out the recycle bin because I have to like make space storage wise. But what came out in that reading, I'm going to do another one. What came out in that one, it was a third party scenario that you decided to remove your cup from. You had the 3 of Cups and you had the Knight of Cups reverse, you were pulling that out, okay? And yeah, like cutting your losses effectively. And your person's energy, you were very determined to do it. You were the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Your person's energy was the Ace of Cups, Temperance, and the Ace of Pentacles. And it's like they were realising that they're in love with you. And then they had, what else did they have? They had, I'm sure they had like the 8 of Cups for separation. They had the 5 of Cups for grief, and then they had Hermit mode, and you know, they were walking like a soul journey, and it's like they were trying to accept, you know, like they knew like you weren't coming back, like this is it, like. And then they had the I think it was the Knight of Swords or Ace of Wands, it was something like that, because I might get mixed up with the Aries reads, but the Taurus one was more like, the Aries one was like, I'm going to stop you from leaving. The Taurus one was like, I'm pulling out from this third party scenario, I'm blowing this apart. You're the one that I want, this new energy. Oh, I know what the second card was for their feelings. The 6 of Cups, which is a soul connection. And then the cards that clarified were that they, in the outcome, they were grieving. They had the 5 of Cups, they were grieving for their sexuality. So with you, they rediscovered their sexuality. And it doesn't mean that they changed sexual preference, but it's like where someone hasn't had sex for many years, they've started to again. And that brings intimacy with doing that, and, you know, really, really intense feelings, like not just being sexual with someone, but connecting with them. And they were grieving for that. And then they had, for the challenge position, the 10 of Pentacles, you know, in the challenge position as the outcome. So it's like clarifying that that's the challenge, that's the obstacle going forward. It was the health card, like, so I think their health is inhibiting them from earning, so that's possibly why they didn't fully commit to this ever. If they're having health problems, that could be mental health or physical health or both. But they were like desperately, like genuinely, like they were grieving this. And you know, you were like, you had the 9 of Wands, but you were like, I can take another Wands, like I'm prepared to like cut the cord here because it's not doing me any good. And you know, this person realises that this, they had the 10 of Swords with the 2 of Pentacles. They had the 10 of, sorry, yeah, the Taurus one, they had the 10 of Swords with the 2 of Pentacles because they had been juggling. But the 10 of Swords is like, that's been cut dead, and it's made me feel like I'm dead. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm floored by the fact that this person has withdrawn their cup from this third party scenario, like they never thought it was going to happen. Yeah, sorry, I was getting mixed up with the Aries reading, because when I watched readings later on in the day that other tarot readers were doing, I watched Auntie Karen doing her one at 333 Cottage. She did the Aries one, and they got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, and I was blown away. See, that one is posted on my channel, you see, but the Taurus one, I'd accidentally uploaded the Aries one twice, deleted the Taurus one, thinking that's just uploading a second time in error. And when I watched the one she collaborates with, Mia Tarot, she got the 10 of Swords. I don't know if hers was reversed though. She got the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. And this person, I got the same for this person's feelings in the Taurus read, and it was like they've been juggling you. They couldn't pick, and they still can't. And the challenge was finances, and that's why they stayed where they were. But they literally are in grief. They like cannot believe that this is over. They had the 10 of Swords, which was like, that's like I'm completely like killed by this. Like the 9 of Swords is bad. That's being up at night, like worrying. The 10 of Swords is like, it's like an explosion. Like I'm absolutely floored by the fact this person's like left. I didn't think they'd ever do it. For clarification on the 6 of Cups, they had move on, let go, make room for something new. And then the separation, what did they have for the 8 of Cups separation? They had narcissist, liar, earth sign. And for the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles, they had air sign. So I think they're an air sign, which would make them Gemini, Libra or an Aquarius, or someone with heavy air placements. So they'd been going mind over matter, ignoring their feelings, and they've lost you because of it. And this is why, it's because of finances. Like, well, how's it going to work, like in a practical sense? And then they had narcissist. For separation, they had narcissist, liar, earth sign. So they're either displaying narcissistic tendencies themselves and they have earth placements as well as air placements, or they've been dealing with an earth sign or someone who has earth placements who has narcissistic tendencies. So you don't need to be a full narcissist to behave in a narcissistic kind of way where you're trying to manipulate what someone does next by saying whatever you think they need to hear. It doesn't make them a full narcissist, but people, try to make things go the way that they want them to, right? So, in the outcome, they had the 5 of Cups and they were grieving. Literally, like, that's why you wear all black, your head's bowed, you're looking at the 3 cups that are spilled, and that's all you can think about. They're in full grief over this, and it had sexuality. What was the middle card? The middle card, I can't remember, but for the challenge they had I'm sure it was like something, that was like, I'm going to come after you, I'm going to like, they were dropping the original person that they were with, but the challenge was going to be finances, like long-term generational wealth. The 10 of Pentacles that came up sideways, and on top of that was health. So it was like someone's like needs to have caution because it's going to bring a lot of stress, like worrying about how this can work financially, or admitting to finances. Like, I'm sure they got like, because it's hard because I might get mixed up with the Aries reading, but the Taurus one's like, it was like eclipsed the Aries one. It was like further, it was like, well, it's a third party and I'm dropping the original person for you. But the challenge will be finances. So I've talked you through what there was because I was literally blown away. I'm blown away that the same combinations were coming out from other readers because I'm quite a new reader. I've been reading for about a year, but I've been watching tarot for about 3 years, 4 years, and I've been filming, you know, this channel for like 2 months now. So to get that confirmation that I'm getting the same card combinations and the same narratives as other readers is fantastic, because I believe in myself, but now it's like I've got confirmation that I'm channeling the same energy from source, you know, and I have got the skills to do this. That was fantastic for me. But right now I'm going to do you another reading, but I wanted you to know that that's what came out from that reading, because I didn't know if we're going to get a different message today. I've got a data recovery app and it's pulled up every video I've ever made, but not the ones from yesterday. So I'm hoping that it just needs another day and then it'll pull up the more recent stuff. I'm praying to the tarot gods, guys. So anyway, I'm going to do another Taurus one because it's not your fault, right? But I want you to know that that's what came out. This person can't cope with the idea that you have closed the book on this, okay? And I mean, like, finished it, which is crazy for me, like, yeah, resonates 100, okay? So, alright, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for my Taurus collective's highest good. How are they feeling about this connection in the first week of September, the one they're thinking of? Okay, so you have got growth, the 8 of Pentacles. The strength. Trying to write, be strong, be courageous, but not lose your temper. Okay, so a lot of grim determination coming out here. One more. Pentacles refers to money, but it can just be investment generally going forward. Yeah, heartbreak, heartache. It's over. King of Wands, so someone who you viewed as the King of Wands, like highly passionate, someone who is the head of a household, a father figure, confident, a lot of emotions, but in a passionate, driven, you know, excitable kind of way. It's over with them. Let's get 3 cards for your person's feelings, the one you're thinking of. Yeah, they've got the death card, so they're in grief, total grief. They're taking respite. The Fool, they want to take a brand new leap of faith. So the same message has come out, guys, with different cards. You're concentrating on building up your career now. You know, you're being strong and trying to tame, you know, that fire energy, because you could lose your temper with them or with anybody, frankly. You also try not to give in. You know, this has completely broken your heart, you know, but you're trying to steer yourself into being more like a King of Wands, like someone who is energetic, driven, you know, despite being heartbroken. someone who's, you know, that person sat, they're not kind of flighty, they're like sitting in their power kind of thing. Trying to stay like high vibrational because you've got things to achieve, right? So this person's grieving, they've thought about it and they want to take a leap of faith. So for the outcome, we've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So the Nine of Pentacles upright is having enough, being by yourself, being able to create wealth by yourself. It's a single person's energy. This is reversed for the outcome. It's possibly their emotions, their feelings. We've got the Ten of Cups, so someone views like the Nine of Cups as being happy single, like emotionally happy single. The Ten of Cups is someone who's viewing like the whole picture, like the family picture, like who they're going to live with. Are they going to have kids? They're going to marry them. They're picturing that happy ending. Cups is emotions. Okay, so this is a sense of like, I have ultimate fulfillment in a family scenario. Four of Cups is being closed off to the offers coming towards you. So perhaps it's getting refocused on, you know, what you want and what's going to make you happy ultimately is working together and having that wider family picture. But we'll clarify to see if that's your emotions or theirs, okay? So can you clarify please the Five of Swords, which is the Five of Swords is the victory was not worth the price, so they've paid the ultimate price for this third party situation. It's come at the ultimate price, which is losing you. Intuition, the red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. They've been bitten on the butt by karma here, and they've lost you. You know, you've tried to walk away a few times, you've warned them like you can't do it, it's hurtful, and now they've lost you because they ignored, like, you know, they were having those warnings and they kept persuading you to come back, and now they've lost you for good. Why the Four of Swords, please? Why this much needed respite? Laying down the swords and thinking. Physically resting and physically being still and thinking about. Move on. So that's what came out in that middle card yesterday when I filmed this Taurus read. Someone is unavailable, waste of time, it's over. And then they have the Fool. So this is your person's feelings that someone is a waste of time, unavailable, it's over. They've got the Fool, which is like they decide they want to take a brand new leap of faith into a new chapter. Intimacy, they want intimacy. They want real intimacy, okay, physical and emotional intimacy from a person. Spying, someone's got their eye on you, you are doing your research, they're watching you to like find out what they can say, what they can do to make this, you know, go their way. Is it really dark in here? Can you see the cards? It's like a really overcast day. I'm looking at the camera and I think you can see them though. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I do believe that it's an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra or an Aquarius that you're dealing with. Or someone who has those placements like strongly in their birth chart. So Sun, Moon, Rising. They're very cerebral, this person. They've ignored their intuition, they've ignored their emotions, and they've mostly thought of their head. Okay, so that's air energy. It's an intelligent person, but they can overthink and talk themselves out of doing what they actually want to do. Look, we've got divorce, experiencing a breakup, patience, just a few more months, narcissist. That's what came out yesterday. No, it's not the right time. So they're like, there's something about the timing of this. I need more time. They've been trying to buy time. They've either got narcissistic tendencies, you know, and they're using like a lot of control and manipulation, emotional manipulation, because of financial reasons, or, you know, there's been some sort of agenda, or they've been getting controlled by somebody who is using that emotional or financial manipulation towards them, right? So timing is important in this, guys, over the next few months. So we've got the Ten of Cups. Why the Ten of Cups? Challenges towards that family life, that wider picture, that, you know, being together in a household with a spouse and children, date night, get ready to be wined and dined. Four of Cups. It could be your energy saying just a few more months, be patient, narcissist, no, and divorce, get ready for a breakup, or someone's experiencing a breakup. It's either they're saying, look, I am going to be separating from, well, based off the reading yesterday, they were saying I'm going to be separating from this person, it's not going to be third party anymore. So I'm going with that, but it could be that you're telling yourself, like, let me have a look what was under that. It was Nine of Pentacles reversed, which is like the opposite of single energy. Being abundant, solo. That does fit there, like finances wouldn't be good if they were single. So I'm going to stay with the narrative that came out yesterday because it was very clear. The Four of Cups. Honeymoon. And liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. So the Four of Cups is a warning to reject sneaky people that are trying to like just enjoy the honeymoon period with you. Okay, so we've got a little more today, possibly because we're 24 hours later. Well, not 24 hours later because I did it yesterday evening. I did it about 6 o'clock yesterday evening, and in the UK it's now about 10:30 on Sunday morning. Sorry, Monday morning, so not 24 hours later. More than 12 hours later, but, you know, we're a little bit further after the event. I watched a video about people who are obsessed with only experiencing the honeymoon period, and then they get the ick when they feel like they're getting feelings for someone. They self-sabotage. Then they get immediate relief because there's no pressure to perform, there's no pressure to step up, right? There's no pressure to kind of invest in feelings in someone and potentially get extremely hurt. It's to do with childhood wounds, okay? Because they didn't feel valued, they don't want to let themselves feel safe with you. So they cut that off after experiencing exhilaration and elation at the honeymoon period with you. They cut it off and they self-sabotage. But then after feeling like the relief and like, oh, thank God, I'm free, then they go into full-on panic mode because they're feeling lonely, and they're like, what have I done? And then they love bomb you and get you back and revive it, and they're like, no, I do want to be with you and I've been an idiot, like, and then the cycle continues. Or they move on to another person because you won't have anything to do with them. They move on to another person, they get exhilarated, exhilarated by the honeymoon period. They do, you know, this is a person that wants, every person wants to feel safe with another person and let down their guard and get fully invested emotionally. They actually want that, but because they have childhood wounds, meaning they never felt that they were truly valued by their parents, whether that's a mother, a father, or both parents, there's some sort of sense of like, I can't let anyone ever get too close to me. So they have these repeating patterns, and it's not behaviour that they can control. It's quite unconscious behaviour, because it's literally like, this is how I cope, this is how I survive. Which is really sad. That's really sad. They're a self-sabotager, right? And it was really interesting. It was, I might put it in the link below. A lot of the videos that the guy produces are about the same topic, but I get why you'd keep it. Some of them are like different, and it's all about how it's called avoidant attachment style. You also get I can't remember what the names are. You got like, you know, how a healthy attachment style person behaves with that, which is to like be like, fine then, like I'm gonna cut you off because you're not healthy the way that you're like approaching this, done nothing to warrant it. Going fully no contact. Then you have anxious attachment style, who will chase and who will try to convince the person, and that pushes them away even more. So it's proof that no contact works. Whether you get them back long term or they keep disappearing is, you know. But that's the idea behind it, okay? And it's the theory, and it seems to be reality with a lot of people who, you know, they're very good looking, so they're never short of getting attention, but that allows them to continue doing that behaviour. Your classic player type, right? I mean, some people do that for a while just because they've got a wall up and they don't want to commit because they're upset over a relationship, but eventually they heal and they stop behaving like that. But these are people that are serial honeymooners, you know. And you'll know people in your life that do that, okay? So, anyway, I've gone off on a tangent there, but it could be what this person's doing. If you know them to have childhood wounds, you know, and some financial problems, they'll probably stick where they are. But actually be, like, seriously distressed over the fact that you're leaving. And I mean, it's genuinely, like, suffering, but people aren't necessarily in control of themselves, you know, so that encourages them to be not a full narcissist, because they are a wounded person. They might not be a full narcissist, but they might try to manipulate you, you know, to like give them another chance. Please give me another chance, because they actually do want to be with someone, but you know, adults do different things based off of finances, and you know, it's all forms of coping mechanisms and survival, right? So this is what actually makes like perfect sense, like in terms of human behaviour. I'll find the video and I'll put the link down below, or the name of the guy, okay? But to be honest, I got tired of watching it, 'cause at the end of the day they're not functioning in a healthy way, so it's no good for you as someone who does function healthily, because it hurts you, this behaviour that they're doing. So it's sad, but it does help you to understand, and I'm someone that needs to understand. Let's get messages. So why ignoring the red flags now will come back to bite you later? The Ace of Swords, like they've been avoiding confessing the truth. Why move on? Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. Wrongful advice. yeah, they've strongly, like, they've been ignoring the obvious thing. Why intimacy and spy? They had the fool under that, didn't they? You are wrong. They're like, you're wrong about me, like, I do love you, you know, like, why have you, like, you know, is it right where you say you throw in your hat or you remove your hat? I don't know. It's like you're like, no, I'm not putting into this anymore. I'm bowing out, kind of thing. Like, you're welcome. So why have we got divorce, patience, narcissist, and no? I'm absolutely in love with you. So they've got 6 of Cups as the challenge. So yeah, they're in love with you. They've been ignoring their emotions. They've been trying to stay in the honeymoon period with you. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Oh my god. I hate that victim mentality, like trying to make someone feel sorry for you. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that word, sorry. Like, challenges, date night. Yeah, so I think they're going to try to link up with you and meet with you face to face. And make you feel sorry for them. We've got reach out, so that could be a Page of Pentacles. It could be, yeah, I think they're going to try to meet up with you. That's what came out in the Taurus one, I'm sure it was. They're going to, you know, try to speak with you face to face, like, it's about travelling. Liar and honeymoon. Why have we got liar and honeymoon? Do you think about me too? Like, they know that you do. Like, they know that you think about them. Like, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Like, so now you've been acting like you don't think about me, and now you're telling me that you do. It's just really, like, it's everything, isn't it? It's like smoke and mirrors to try to keep you from walking away, because they are actually in love with you, but they self-sabotage. And this is what's caused this. This is what's caused it. So how's it going to stop? And they're saying, like, you know, I just need a few more months. I think this is what they're going to say. Let's get advice. Okay, so one advice was strength and one advice was choose wisely. And, you know, the Aries one, like, I can look back at and see which one it was to know which one the Taurus reading got. But you've got the strength card here, and I do feel like you need to choose wisely, like whether to trust this person again, because it's not that they're a terrible person, they're a damaged person, right? Recharge. There's nothing like a walk on a beach to soothe your soul, so take care of yourself, okay? Because you've been through a lot, and all of this stuff's very confusing to try to work out and understand and process. Like, whatever culminates, whatever way this goes, you know, you get a lot of, as an earth sign, you get a lot of regenerating potential, not potential because it does regenerate, but you get a lot of regenerating you successfully recharge and regenerate around nature, you know, at the beach, in the woods, up the mountains, if that's your vibe. But you do extremely well when you're out in nature. And I don't mean walking somewhere dull, I mean like somewhere really beautiful, you know, peaceful, and other people around. I wouldn't walk around a cloudy neighbourhood. That's the opposite effect on me. But for example, the next sunny day, you get yourself out there, you know, and it doesn't have to be like a bright blue sunny sky, but I just don't get the same vibe when I go out and it's cloudy. I just don't. You might think, yeah, I just need to get outside, but you know what I mean. The beauty of the world is enhanced, isn't it, when there's rays of sun shining through the trees and there's, you know, some sun shining on the water at the beach. Like, that's your treasure. That's your treasure trove. That's what you value on this earth. Is earth. It's the natural elements and plants, you know, the sunlight, the ocean, the sea, the wind blowing through your hair, you know, like whistling through the trees, like making everything rustle and dance. Like, it's just majestic to you, like the sunset, you know, the sunrise, like the colours, the range of colours through the sky and like how they change by the second. Like, that is your connection to Mother Earth, and it revitalises you and cleanses you. So like, whatever's going on with this noise and these people that you just don't understand and these emotions that you don't understand, you will be fine as long as you keep connecting to nature, okay? Because you'll feel the more that you're inside offices and housing and around technology, they're good distractions, but they cut you off from what revitalises you and recharges you and refills you. Okay, so that's the advice. It's messy. It's a very messy situation, but you'll keep kind of cleansing yourself of any toxic emotions or feelings or distress, and calm yourself by getting out in nature. Take care of yourself, okay? These are not easy things to work with, but that's what's been making this such a troubled journey, okay? Right, praying to the tarot gods that I can get that reading back from yesterday. I'll know in the next 24 hours, so I really want to get it back for you, but I'm so happy that I've had confirmation that this is like something that I'm able to do for you guys, like genuinely channel from source, and it's just confirmation again, not that I didn't know, but it's confirmation yet again that tarot is genuine, it's real. You know, you can watch different readers and the same cards or slightly different cards will come out and they'll get the same story, or do watch like different readers, because you'll get the same story with like, there'll be like little details that they managed to pull out that maybe add to the picture of what you already knew, and it's so interesting, honestly, and you're like, oh my god, that makes even more sense. Like, I love tarot, and I'm thankful this has happened in a way, because it's confirmation. It's made me like watch the other readings and go, oh my god, like that's what I pulled out. Like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, do what you can to support the channel, please. I'll be returning to teaching in the next few days, so my offer will be still a weekly love reading for all of the signs, aiming for that to be on weekends, because that's when I'll have the time to do it, and I'll try to do a daily Taurus read. If it's like an October half term or Christmas or, you know, the holidays, I will try to do bonus readings for you, because I want to grow the channel as much as I can. This is just something I really believe in. It's not the way that I make money, it's something I strongly believe in. I like to help people academically as a teacher in schools, and then I like to help people with personal development provide them with comfort and understanding and greater knowledge and wisdom and guidance moving through the different life lessons and understand why they happen. I like to do that on a personal level through tarot. Okay, it's not a source of employment for me. I have full-time, employment. Tarot really genuinely helped me, and I want to help other people. It creates, if anything, a community where there's other people having these life lessons and life experiences and trying to make sense of stuff and trying to be strong, trying to be brave, trying to understand, why it's all happening, and be there for one another. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So yeah, it's allowed me to have a lot of compassion where I've struggled previously, to sort of be hurt, be angry, be upset. I might have villainised the other person. This has allowed me to understand why they behave the way that they do and have compassion where I thought maybe I'd run out of it, like not to continue being with them, but be able to move forward, like knowing why they're behaving kinds of ways or why that didn't last, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I do know that this person genuinely is in love, and that's because you make them feel safe. It's because you're good for them, but they're unfortunately their own worst enemy, and there's some reason why people self-sabotage, whether they had parents that divorced or they experienced trauma as a child or both. I'm not saying divorce ends with children being messed up, but sometimes people don't believe in long-lasting connections, or they're afraid of having them if they see that relationships don't ever work out, or they don't ever last, or they see something really toxic, and more like not necessarily divorce, but a toxic relationship dynamic. If they only ever see that, then they might think, well, everything goes toxic. Do you know what I mean? A messy divorce or a marriage that should never have happened. Like, there's a lot of people divorce after many years just because they're simply grown over like decades. Like, it's not always because it was toxic, and it shouldn't always be regretted, right? The contracts expire, like over for different reasons, different periods of time. So I'm not saying divorce it means that children are messed up. I think they get messed up from watching toxic relationships. Okay, so in fact, in certain situations, I would encourage divorce and say, like, move out from each other, live separately, don't have your children live in a toxic environment. Okay, so just to clarify, it's heavy energy right now, but yeah, hopefully I can get this reading through. I'll post this one. If I can get the other one through for you, then I will.